And you can relive the marriage of Figaro of the 90s on this BBC video, which is available now.
As a boy, he survived the Great Plague and the Fire of London. He was organ tuner, choir trainer, and ticket tout for William and Mary's coronation. When he died, aged 36, he left behind music of such beauty and imagination, he is hailed as the greatest of all English composers. Henry Purcell's tricentenary celebrations for 1995 begin on BBC Two and BBC Radio 3 with the English Orpheus and Welcome, Welcome, Glorious Morn. New Year's Day from 4:30 on BBC Two.
On BBC One now, the music of Barbra Streisand, The Way We Were, People and Memories, just part of the show recorded on this year's sellout tour.
Job hunting's tough in the 90s.
Yeah, that's better!
8 first interviews out of 24 applications.
But we'll be there from the situation vacant to the vacancy filled. Going behind the scenes.
Mr. White, it was slightly irritating.
A little bit sloppy.
Easy peasy.
Could you pick the best person for the job?
I do go for the smiler.
Or maybe some job-winning tips.
Different coloured socks this morning.
6 situations vacant, from advertising to the Albert Hall. Interviews start Thursday at 9:45 on BBC Two.
BBC Two now looks back at how Britain has moved forward in 1994.
The public face of 1994. Big events.
Historic handshake confirmed.
Politicians.
And his own political future.
Argument.
Order, order.
But beneath the surface, other forces were at work.
The forces at work, often extremely powerful, were the international forces of integration and globalization, in which ideas and money can move easily across boundaries, in which the logic of big business draws countries together. They are forces which can sweep politicians before them. They are forces with risks and rewards. And they are forces which we can see in British public life. In Ireland, in the argument over the budget in Europe, and away from politics, in the high street, and just outside our front doors.
All right, Kieran. You ready to start feeding in?
Oh, Tom! Tell him not to pull till we tell.
1994 saw the biggest investment in Britain's infrastructure since the railways, an investment which may herald massive changes in society, but an investment which could go horribly wrong. In Manchester, the New York Telephone Company is laying the cable which is meant to usher in the new world of the information revolution. It's certainly bringing a new vocabulary: information superhighways, electronic mail, multi-channel broadcasting, cyberspace, and the internet. Symbol of all this is this cafe in central London. Thousands of cafes opened in 1994, but this one is different. Backed by 5 people from the computer world, there's more than just coffee and sandwiches. The cafe's appeal are the computer screens. Here, for just £5, customers can spend an hour on the internet.
1994 has really been the year that the internet has come to stay. At the beginning of the year, it may have seemed that the internet could be a passing fad, but I think at the end of this year we can see it is a very solidly established thing that is just not going away. It's going to affect all of our lives for many, many years to come. And it's meant the opening of places like this internet cafe, which means we can get to meet people and talk about the internet a lot more.
The internet is an international network of computers connected by telephone lines. With a decent personal computer and a modem costing little more than £100, anyone can join. And the monthly cost can be as low as £10. It provides access to databases and libraries around the world, It can be used to send electronic mail, that's letters, to others on the internet and to order goods and services.
I've never actually used the internet until today, so today I'm just having a look to see how it works and how easy it is. I just think it's so interesting that you can talk to people throughout the world on a computer and find out what other companies are doing and tell them what we're doing.
So the idea that you can access things in all sorts of directions by novel means, and also being able to do it when you want to do it. The pressure that came on from my son, you see, it's the other generation that's putting the pressure into you. You've got to stay up to date.
To its enthusiasts, the internet is a potent symbol of the declining significance of national boundaries. For little more than the cost of a local phone call, it means people and businesses can communicate across the globe. In 1994, the big businesses joined in. Somewhere in the world, someone is joining the internet every 20 minutes. Soon, we'll all be in cyberspace.
If they're not in cyberspace, where are they? That's what's quickly shaping up to be a theme in the 90s. Where's your email address? Where are you located in cyberspace? What's your universal resource locator, which is your address, if you will, in cyberspace? We're on the in capital of Washington, D.C.
1994 may prove to be the turning point for the internet, though at the moment, only 100,000 homes in Britain are on it, and 20 million are not.
People actually eat. Where's the business done?
But for the other part of the information revolution, 1994 almost certainly was a turning point. This is the much talked about digital superhighway, or more prosaically, the cable that runs past our front doors. There's some irony in the fact that in the year in which politicians shrank back from pushing out the boundaries of deregulation, they decided not to privatise the post office, for example, the inheritors of the deregulation boom of the 80s stepped into centre stage. The cable and telecommunication companies drew up the battle lines during 1994 for a war that we will all feel the effects of well into the next century.
The cable which is being laid under Britain's streets is the superhighway, optical fibre cable which can carry large numbers of not just television but also information channels.
Formula One